The Lost City of Candy Cane Mountains. In a land far, far away, surrounded by seas of soft vanilla ice cream and skies woven with sugar-floss clouds, stood the legendary Candy Cane Mountains. The peaks of these mountains soared towards the sky, striped with red and white, shining under the golden caramel sun like giant treats waiting to be discovered. There had been many tales of a lost city nestled amongst these giant candy canes, a city made entirely of sweet delights. It was said that the air there tasted like fresh cotton candy and the streams were flowing with the finest hot chocolate. But nobody had seen this city for many a year, and it had become nothing more than a whisper of a story told to wide-eyed children as they drifted off to dreams filled with sugar plum fairies. One such child was little Ava, whose heart was as warm as a freshly baked cookie. Ava dreamed of adventures and longed to discover the long-forgotten paths to the lost city. With her trusty gingerbread man, Mr. Crumbles, by her side for courage, Ava decided that she would be the one to unveil the secrets of the Candy Cane Mountains. One crisp morning, Ava got out her trusty wooden spoon, tied on her apron cape, and set out on her delectably daring journey. Mr. Crumbles was tucked safely in her pocket, and they both carried with them a sense of excitement that tingled through their stomachs like popping candy. The journey was not easy. They navigated through thickets of licorice vines, climbed sticky caramel hills, and crossed over marshmallow meadows that made their feet sink with every step. Ava and Mr. Crumbles shared stories and sang songs to keep their spirits high, all the while believing that they were getting closer to their dream. As time passed, the Candy Cane Mountains grew ever larger on the horizon, their peaks shimmering against the sky like the icicles of a frosted cake. Ava and Mr. Crumbles pushed forward, and as they reached the foot of the mountains, they found themselves in front of a swirling peppermint gate. It was the entrance to the lost city. With hearts pounding like drumming lollipop sticks, Ava reached out and touched the gate. To her amazement, the gate gently swung open with a sound like unwrapping candy wrappers. A sweet, spicy scent flooded over them, and dazzling lights spilled from the opening. Inside, the lost city was more magnificent than Ava could have ever imagined. Buildings made of gingerbread lined the streets, adorned with gumdrop lights and frosting filigree. Lollipop lampposts dotted the pathways, and a grand fountain of bubbling lemonade stood in the center of the city square, with jelly bean pebbles glinting at the bottom. To Ava's amazement, the city was inhabited by the most charming candy people. There were graceful candy floss fairies, sturdy chocolate soldiers, and wise old hard candies with peppermint sticks. They all welcomed Ava and Mr. Crumbles with open hearts, offering them treats and showing them the wonders of their sweet civilization. The candy people spoke of how the city had become lost, hidden by a magic only visible to those pure of heart and filled with a spirit of discovery. Ava had unlocked the magic with her boundless imagination and willingness to believe in the stories that the world had forgotten. The Candy Queen, a regal figure robed in robes of the finest spun sugar, offered Ava a place among them, to live in the city forever. But Ava, with a wisdom surprising for her youth, knew that she could not stay. She had found the lost city, but her heart belonged to her own home, to the real world where her family awaited her return. As a parting gift, the Candy Queen gave Ava a small locket, shaped like a candy heart, filled with the essence of the city's magic. She told Ava that this locket would allow her to revisit the lost city whenever she wished, but she should always return to where she truly belonged. With tears of sherbet and smiles, Ava hugged her new friends goodbye and promised to never forget them or the taste of the wonderful adventure she had experienced. Mr. Crumbles whispered in her ear, "We shared a dream, and it was sweet indeed." Ava and her gingerbread companion returned home, their journey through the candy cane mountains living on as one of the most marvelous stories ever told. And sometimes, on the clearest of nights, when the moon was bright and the stars were aligned just right, Ava would open her candy heart locket and whisper the names of friends she had met in the lost city, touching a world of sweetness that would forever remain in her heart.